Alright, everybody. Hello. I'm Michael Fry. You know me. I direct Ghost Rider, and I play Sora Shimomura. We're back with another interview today. This time we're sitting with our other narrator, who is known as Peach Gore. Hi, how are you doing?
Pretty good.
Well, 9 episodes. That's quite an accomplishment, and you got the bulk of the lines, no doubt. How do you feel after an
Yeah,
episode?
after an episode, I feel really good. Whenever I send in my lines, I can't wait for it to come out. I don't know, it's just really exciting to be a part of this.
Well, speaking of how you got a part of this, why did you want to be a part of this? You auditioned for one part only, and that was the narrator. What about this decided that I want to be a narrator?
Um, I don't know, it just really stuck out to me. Just reading it, I really like the idea of it, like a crossover between Ghost Rider and Kingdom Hearts. I'm a huge fan of Kingdom Hearts, and personally, I just feel like I didn't fit any of the roles for any of the characters, but I really, really wanted to be the narrator.
So you have knowledge of Kingdom Hearts. Do you have any knowledge of Ghost Rider?
Ghost
No.
Rider, I've seen the movies, but not as much as Kingdom Hearts. I actually have a cook full Kingdom Hearts tattoo, so I know
Oh wow, you're clearly a fan. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I have the Heartless symbol and I have a Nobody's tattoo.
Oh, you got the best of both.
Yeah.
Well, believe it or not, I actually don't know a lot about Ghost Rider myself. I actually also came from just simply watching the movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but when I started to write it, I realized I couldn't really just base my knowledge off the movie alone. So I spent several days reading and researching Ghost Rider. I was familiar with it already, but I never really paid much attention to it. I read some of the comics, learned some of the villains, the different versions of the Ghost Riders all over the years. I read some of the more modern comics, but believe it or not, the gore kind of turned me off.
The gore.
Yeah, the modern comics were wow.
Yeah, the gore and everything is just kind of gross.
You take on a lot of lines. I mean, obviously, it varies between different episodes, but, for the first, definitely at least the first three, you had a lot of lines. Did you find any of that challenging?
I kind of didn't think I would have that much lines, but yeah, at first it was. I found myself definitely dedicating each day to it. Like I would do probably a page of lines a day and then a page of lines the next day because there were so many lines. But at the same time, I was really happy to have so many lines because I felt like more a part of it. Yeah,
You enjoy the work. You don't feel overwhelmed or challenged by it.
yeah, I love the work. I love doing voice acting or voiceover.
Speaking of, have you done anything, or is this your first?
This is actually my first project, but I just finished up doing there was a film student's animation project, and it was about a suicide hotline, and I just finished up doing that. Recently got into a One Piece fandom, but yeah, those are pretty much it.
So you're relatively new to the scene.
Yeah,
Well, you seem to have you started off a little rough. I mean, you already had a really good grasp of how a scene should go. The first few episodes, I think, were rough for everybody. And then after that, and what I would bring up is episode 7. That's like 2 episodes after the big fight. During the whole scene where Sora has to save a girl. That was the first time I really heard you charged during a scene. You felt really, your performance was really charged during the whole chasing bit. What
yeah.
ran through your mind that day?
Well, it took a lot of reading it before I actually said it, and then just playing it out as how it would go in my head, and I just really tried to make it sound as intense as possible. I just didn't want to it was just one of those things I couldn't just read. I had to try and make it sound like it was happening, and it was I don't know, just very intense.
You continued to bring that performance too, specifically in 9. And as I said to you before, I'd originally had not planned for you to have a narration role during that, but there was
Yeah,
a particular portion that I was interested in hearing your take out of it, and you really took that take and you ran through it. I mean, it was like you were in the scene itself.
thank you. Yeah, I don't know. That kind of pushed me too. Just telling me how you weren't sure about it. I was just wow, I really want to be a part of this episode as well. So I just really, really wanted to try and do my best. And, I did what I do, pretty much do what I do with everyone. I read it. I've been, kind of imagine how it would go in my head, and then I say it. But I pretty much read, the whole script before I say it. That way I can, get a good idea of how, I think it should sound.
Mm-hmm. Context to a scene is always very important.
Yeah.
So, speaking of narrator, the narrator's not the only thing you've done. You've stepped in for a few minor monster roles every now and then.
Yeah.
And, definitely among the voices, you definitely have a different take than everybody else. There's someone who's just reading the lines, and then there's Colossus who does this kind of his monstery thing, and then you do this whole growling thing. Why approach the monster role with that?
I don't know. Whenever you said, when you sent the email to everyone that you were looking for, I was just like, well, I think because I've done that voice just for fun around my friends and to my brothers and stuff, and then I just thought maybe I can utilize it to make it sound like a monster, and I just thought I could take that and then roll with it and I don't know, just become a monster.
Well, it definitely added variety to the scene of monsters. It wasn't just the same thing. There was almost like a different monster type walking around.
I really enjoyed that.
We talk about your role in the narrator. Is there, if you could, even if it didn't matter, if you didn't think your voice would fit that role, if you were to go back and audition, is there another role that you would really, really want to try?
Well, if you had a Roxas in there, I'm just kidding. I don't know, but
oh, there is.
Maybe Riku. Yeah, maybe Riku.
I could see you for Riku.
Yeah.
I could see.
He's so cool.
I could see you for Roxas too. He's not going to be in here for a little while anyway, so.
Yeah, Roxas is awesome.
Now, okay, I guess the next thing I ask is, you had expectations coming into the project. You thought it was really cool. Now that we're 9 episodes later, does it still look cool to you? Is there something? Do you still look forward to more episodes? The whole story going on right now.
Yeah,
what do you feel about it?
Really interesting. I look forward to getting every script and reading it. Sometimes, I'll find myself going back and I know we're on episode 9, but I'll find myself reading episode 2 or 1 again just for fun and thinking about that. So this is definitely something. I would say that this is the main thing that I'm doing right now, when it comes to voice acting. But yeah, I just think this is a really cool project.
Well, thank you, and thank you for being a part of it.
Yeah.
Okay. As you know, this is an adaptation of my old work. This is a work that I had up for a few years now. Just kind of stopped near the end. I had a huge writer's block and decided that I want to take it and I want to adapt it. Have you read the original? Have you been tempted to go read the original, or do you want to just stay away from it and just wait for the scripts?
I honestly, I just kind of stay around the scripts, but I remember watching one of your interviews and learning that it was one of your fan fictions before, and I think that made it cooler, but I've pretty much just revolved around the scripts.
You're probably better off, to be honest, as I said. Speaking of what's next, what do you want to see from this project? What do you hope to see that Ghost Rider goes into the future?
Well, I don't know. I'm definitely I've been more into the school side of it, more on the social side. So I kind of really want to I don't know how long it'll take, but I definitely want to see Sora and Kairi get together. I definitely want to see something happen between them, but
well, you're in luck. I wrote that. The story is written with that kind of idea in mind, and actually, in that aspect, you're gonna like part 2, because part 2 deals with that social aspect.
Yeah.
We see him starting to leave the bully phase right now. He's very affected by everything that's going on around him, and it's going to the conclusion that he's no longer going to be like this, and he's going to try to be a bit better.
Oh, man, yeah, I hope, I don't know, I just feel I want them all to hang out or something like that, or, I don't know, I just want them all to, go to the movies. I don't know. I'm just waiting for, them to all, kind of get along or something.
I'm glad you like it because the social aspect to me is important to the story. You need
Yeah.
that human break from the action, from the supernatural, because otherwise you're just going to get, action upon action upon action. Where's your break? Where do you learn
Definitely.
about these people in real life circumstances? Oh, or real-ish circumstances.
Yeah. I don't know. I just kind of want them all to, like, I don't know, just hang out or something.
Well, okay. Well, if that's what you want for the future of Ghost Rider, then you're going to get that. It's going to be a rough road, but you're going to get that.
Right on.
Okay. Last few things I want to ask. As I said, we're not going to, as I promoted before, we're not going to start part 2 right away. We're going to stop and do something original that I concocted, the Reapers 3.
Yeah.
Still within the Ghost Rider verse, and obviously you're going to be in to narrate it. Have you been catching up on the promos? What do you feel about it?
I feel like it's really exciting. I feel like it's kind of like a filler, like, I don't know, but I feel like it's just like exciting kind of because it's like it ties in. I don't know. I'm just really excited to like be able to read that, to get those scripts and read them and like see what my take on is, or see what my take is on it.
All right. Again, thank you for coming in and sitting down with us and talking with us about your stuff in Ghost Rider and what you want to see in the future with it.
Thank you, man. I was really excited.
All right, everyone. That was Peach Gore. There are more interviews coming up soon. Stay tuned for more Ghost Rider information. And yeah, that's it. Have a nice day.
See you later, guys.